Okay, doke. The second video now for this week is to make a chart. Again, I felt a little rushed doing this. And so let's do it for the percentage of smokers, and I'm going to actually walk you through the basic chart, and then we're going to choose to change its presentation a little bit, and then we're going to label it and title it. So anyway, to come up with a chart, you go to Insert, and then you can go, whoops, for some reason this is not cooperating, so that's maybe because I was on too many things. Insert, this looks much better. Chart, and we're going to want, in this case, a line chart to start with. Okay, and it's actually, I've done it enough that it actually knows that the chart that we might want would be, it's calling it percentage smokers, but you would actually highlight and it happens to pop right up here, and that's fine. And you'll notice though too that we only get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's missing, so it says Illinois and Iowa. It skips Indiana and Idaho. This is not all 50 states. So when we look at our initial chart, we need to make a change, and that is we need to get all 50 states in. If you click inside the chart, you'll get the borders, and then just if you go to one of the round markers, you can sort of, let's actually take it all the way out to column O. And now it appears that we have indeed all 50 states. We have Arizona and so forth right on down the line. Okay, so that's a nice start. Now, if I go to chart design, maybe there's a couple of things I don't like about this. One is I don't necessarily like the title. That's easy enough to change. If you click on any letter in the title, I want to just call it percent of adults who smoke. But then you'll notice, so that's fine. That's one change. But you'll notice that it's giving me this in proportion. So I can I can experiment with chart styles. If I go to this chart, this actually gives me the percentage, and it gives me a nice dot. It gives me a readout that says Arkansas is at 24.9. Here's West Virginia, our high point at 25.7. Again, this is kind of like a fully articulated Dr. Rosling's piece. And what I don't like, though, is that now it still looks scrunched up. So I'm going to go ahead and make it a little wider yet again. That helps it a little. I would even take it out another bit here. And that actually, this now is a histogram of the percentages of adults who smoke by state. There would be different ways. If I wanted to order it, I could sort my data from low to high, and then I would have a histogram that goes from 9% for Utah over way down here up to a high of 25.7%. That would basically look like a very gradually sloping straight line. I kind of like it alphabetically. You could do it regionally. There are a variety of ways to express it. So this is a good start. I want to add two other things, though, to my chart, which are I want to add the access titles. So if you come over here to add chart element, and this can be a little bit uncooperative. Whoops, I need to be patient. I'll say access titles, and I want first to add my horizontal access title, and it says primary access title. Let's just call this the states. Maybe I'd like, this is one thing I don't like, is this is relatively small. So if I go to home, I can make it larger. That's nice. Okay. So there's and then what you want to do to save it is click on any part of the chart outside of that box for the title. Now I want to know percent of adults who smoke. I'm going to make this even a little bit wider yet again, because I'm going to go ahead back to my chart design, and I'm going to add the element of a vertical axis title. this is not my favorite thing in Excel, which is that it does it. It writes it on its side, but such is life. Okay, and then actually, again, I'm going to make this bigger. Go back to home. Oops, I guess I should highlight it. Now it's nice and big. Okay, and so this now gives me a histogram of the percentage of adults who smoke and what the value is for each and every state. It's kind of an actual histogram would actually do it by value, and you would see exactly where the states are at and so forth. But this is perfectly acceptable for our purposes for this week, and you'll want to work with different styles and see what comes out differently for you. I hope this is a helpful way to go, and I appreciate your patience. So in the next video, I will do the scatter plots for you guys, and that should just about put us where we want to be.